session is about lifelong learning, an imperative in the knowledge-driven digital world. And as we all know, the landscape is rapidly evolving, and in such a landscape, the pursuit of knowledge becomes essential for navigating the complexities of the digital era. Today, we explore the significance of continuous learning in staying relevant and thriving in this dynamic environment. Our speaker will unravel the imperatives and opportunities in embracing lifelong learning. So, shall I call upon stage our speaker? Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to introduce Mr. VP Joy, the Senior Executive Vice President of Reliance Industries Limited. He's a seasoned professional with over 4 decades of diverse experience, spanning in banking, education, and corporate sectors, recognized for his strategic acumen, his leadership, prowess, and a relentless commitment to excellence. He is a passionate advocate for skill development, applied research, and knowledge sharing, embodying a mindset geared towards continuous growth and innovation, and a perfect person to talk about lifelong learning. So, dear delegates, let us put our hands together and welcome Mr. VP Joy.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for that kind introduction. My sincere thanks to the organizers for inviting me to speak at this event. In a technology expo, why a session on lifelong learning? But by listening to today's and yesterday's sessions, I am so convinced that lifelong learning is mission critical for all of us, and especially for startups. Don't think that lifelong learning is as complex as this visual. Lifelong learning comes to us most naturally. And let me share with you some perspectives on lifelong learning and the glimpses of my own journey on it. I am not a guru of lifelong learning, I am but more of a enthusiastic, passionate lifelong learner. Let's first look at lifelong learning is what is all about. The key elements, the benefits, the barriers. Lifelong learning is nothing but ongoing learning. We want our children to be lifelong learners. But as adults, are we steadfast practitioners of lifelong learning? Can we quantify the GDP loss, the forex outflow, the loss of inward remittances, or the loss of patents, or the loss of other opportunities for us not being lifelong learners? Lifelong learning has 4 pillars. Learning to know, the foremost one, our curiosity and our eagerness to learn, inquisitive thinking, research. In today's and yesterday's session, so much of focus on research, which is very, very important. Learning to do, experiential learning. Learning to live together, developing social and teamwork skills, giving and receiving feedback. Learning to be, self-knowledge, knowing our interests, our strengths, our weaknesses. Thus, lifelong learning is all about not only about acquiring knowledge and skills, it's about equally applying them into practice, into the real life situations. So it's about unlearning and relearning. It's about upskilling and reskilling. It's about sharing our knowledge and expertise with others. Swami Gaur Gopal Das has succinctly put it. Both minds and parachutes open with a function only when they open. The mindset, I don't need anybody, is called ego. And the mindset, everybody needs me, is called the illusion. Knowledge transfer will happen to those whose minds, ears, and hearts are open. Humility is the key to one's development and growth. Humility is a strength. It's not a weakness or a meekness. In the book, The Power of Humility by P.V. Ramana Murthy, which is written in the context of business and leadership. He has amplified the importance of or the power of humility. Lifelong learning is a faith, and humility is fundamental to every faith. If you want to know more about open-mindedness and growth mindset, read Carol Dweck's Mindset. It's a world-class book. And the HBR publications, it's a gold mine of actionable insights on lifelong learning. Lifelong learning offers so many benefits. I have experienced some of them. It can have a positive impact on our physical, mental, and social health. It can make us more confident, creative, and competitive. It can make us more agile and informed. It can facilitate data-driven decision making and optimize workflows. It can make us world-class. It can give us the joys of compounding, the cumulative effect. You should read it. There is a book on joys of compounding. Excellent book on investment. And lifelong learning has anti-aging properties. We can look younger and feel younger with lifelong learning. While we know the benefits of the lifelong learning, there are so many barriers to lifelong learning. Know-it-all attitude, overconfidence, chalta hai attitude, or inhibition to use technology. They are just some of them. And we are not able to do it, all this lifelong learning by ourselves. We can take help of others. We can use technology. As one famous educationist and a proponent of experiential learning, Kurt Hahn from Germany, he said, there is more in you than you think. There is more in you than you think. Now there are hundreds of lifelong learning institutes and council, and we can know more about that. For me, the pursuit of lifelong learning has been more of a marathon, not a sprint. By the way, I am a long distance runner, a marathoner. After my matriculation, that is class 10, I started as an apprentice and then became a regular employee of a bank. And so far I worked in 3 organizations. Through self-learning, learning from others, learning on the job, learning by practicing, searching for knowledge, sharing the knowledge, developing skills. Lifelong learning has been my all-time companion. Often we are stuck in our comfort zone, whereas we should be in the learning zone and growth zone. We should come out of the comfort zone and smartly negotiate the fear zone, while walking the extra mile. COVID has taught us many lessons. One of the best teachers in our lifetime. We adapted ourselves to learn in a constrained environment and soon transitioned to digital learning and virtual work. We faced challenges, even life-threatening ones. We became more resilient, more reflective, more diligent, and humble. Lifelong learning has largely institutional and national building implications. If India is number 1 or almost number 1, because we are 1/5 of humanity, and we are the youngest country in the world with 65% below the age of 35, it offers phenomenal opportunities. Is India a digital technologies powerhouse? Yes, we are. India is often been referred to as a soft power on the strength of our culture, traditions, and values, on the strength of our language diversity and knowledge systems. India's startup ecosystem is witnessing an explosion of entrepreneurial energy. We are poised to be the world's third largest economy in 3 years and a developed nation in 23 years. As envisioned by our Prime Minister, we aim to be the skill capital of the world. India's new education policy is all set to transform the learning landscape. I strongly believe lifelong learning is, in its larger and wider sense, will be one of the key drivers to achieving these aspirations. As a nation, we can hugely benefit from a culture of lifelong learning. They say the elephant doesn't know its strength. Every human being is a learning machine. And we in India are blessed with 140 crore learning machines. While the whole world is upbeat about machine learning, let us also talk about learning machines, our human beings, and optimize their performance. We are all excited about AI, ML, and other digital technologies. AI is democratizing learning by expanding access and making it affordable. It is facilitating our Indian dream to reach out to the masses at the grassroots level. It is making personal learning possible and cost effective. Given our linguistic diversity and socio-economic profile, AI is not a nice to have a thing, but a must have. For example, people should be able to access the digital world in their own languages, be it Malayalam or Marathi, even if they are unable to read or type, by using voice commands. Artificial intelligence has revolutionary potential for our fishermen, our farmer communities, small merchants, and vendors. It can empower them with the market intelligence, process intelligence, and efficient price information. In this context, I would like to share with you what Sri Akash Ambani, Chairman of Reliance Jio Infocom, said in a recent interview at IIT Bombay. When Jio was launched, 50 crore Indians didn't have access to data. That number now stands reduced to 20 crore people. We want to do innovation at a ground level that impacts every Indian. Jio Bharat Phone is one of the impactful initiatives to achieve this vision. It is a smart phone, feature phone at affordable prices that provides digital payment platforms. It has incredible features and supports 23 languages. We are seeing how AI can facilitate human learning and supercharge human intelligence. These days, we often hear about AI optimization, but do we hear about human intelligence optimization? Not much. Are we leveraging human intelligence to the maximum in learning or work, or even the startup ecosystem? Are we applying our minds optimally, productively to the fullest? How about emotional intelligence? Is it a poor cousin of artificial intelligence or human intelligence? I don't think so. Can we thrive or even survive without emotional intelligence? Daniel Goleman, the father of emotional intelligence, outlines self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills as some of the key components of emotional intelligence. He says AI is critical for people to lead productive lives and also for effective leadership. Gary Vee, the New York Times best-selling author, entrepreneur, investor, and one of the well-known startup champions, says emotional intelligence is not a nice thing to have in business, but it is super critical for business success. And he is speaking from his own experience. When lifelong learning happens optimally on all these three tracks, artificial intelligence, human intelligence, and emotional intelligence, we can surely make this world a better place, a peaceful place, a happier place, and a sustainable one. I like to call AI, HIEI, the future trio. Let us embrace them wholeheartedly. Coming back to KTX 2024, we see Kozhikode as a rising technology star. Kerala's talent pool is huge. We are omnipresent all over the world. We have to fully leverage our human resources, all our potential, with collaboration and competition, with a hunger for more knowledge and technology, with an audacious vision and an indomitable spirit, and of course, with a steadfast focus on execution, because implementation is key. Let's do everything we can to transform Kozhikode, the Malabar region, and the whole of Kerala into a major technology hub, a world-class destination for the startup ecosystem and knowledge-based institutions. Let us connect and collaborate with India's tech ecosystems, knowledge ecosystems, the Middle East, and the whole world. Lifelong learning is a competitive advantage. It is also a comparative advantage. Let us embrace an ecosystem of excellence and global competitiveness. Let us join forces to transform the God's own country into a lifelong learner's paradise. Yes, a lifelong learner's paradise. I like the KTX tagline, interact, innovate, inspire. Let me add a few more. Imagine and reimagine, initiate, iterate, influence, implement, impact. I am convinced that all this will be possible only with the lifelong learning. DIMT is a wake-up call, a profound message for humanity. Todd Henry, in his book DIMT, Unleash Your Best Work Every Day, highlights the critical need for us to live life fully, every day, to our maximum potential. By being lifelong learners, by being learning organizations, we can maximize our impact. Let's wear the lifelong learning lens throughout our lifetime. Let us build our curiosity and learning muscles in the lifelong learning gym. I pledge to DIMT. How about you? Thank you, each one of you present here, for your patient listening, and also to those who will listen to our deliberations virtually. I'll take this opportunity to thank all my mentors and role models and everyone who inspired me to be a lifelong learner. I thank my colleagues and all my well-wishers who supported me to prepare this talk. Thank you and God bless.